Welcome to Separate Bedrooms, the post-wedding episode.
Post-wedding.
This is
They did the damn thing.
Yeah.
We did it. This was very dramatic. Yeah, you could see it was done.
We did it.
All right. Success. Mission accomplished. But it was a rocky road, you know? Yeah. Just because we got a really cool podcast and we love each other doesn't mean weddings are easy. This shit surprised me. Honestly, it surprised me how it
was the big drama show.
It spiraled out of control and it actually surprised me.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't know. Everything was great, and then Tosh was like, I'm cold, I gotta go to my room to rest. And then she was never seen again.
I wouldn't say it was rocky. I say it was fiery. It's
Fiery.
like a different connotation to the whole thing. It's not rocks.
No, Rocky.
It's fire.
I feel like Rocky insinuates that there's like a lot of small up and downs.
Yeah, no.
This was like
throw it in the flames.
economic crash.
You want to?
I feel like
This was a bank run. This was a bank run.
People made runs on banks.
People ran the bank.
run.
Yeah,
It's been chaotic. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a storm of brewing outside and inside this hotel. The wind was whipping. The power went out in the hotel. The spark went out on a love for about 8 hours. But it's back strong.
It's back
It's
strong.
going down. We get married today.
Back strong.
Back strong.
SVB got shit on this wedding.
We got bailed out. We got bailed out.
It's like-
our friends and family were like, we're bailing this bank out. You will not fail.
Right.
They
Meanwhile,
backstopped us.
meanwhile, all the guests were like, "I just woke up in my bank account. I can't access it.
Yeah.
What's going on?"
Elena,
Funds were
like
frozen.
I feel like Elena should tell the story because
Oh my God.
you and me, I don't want to retell it because if I say something sideways or a little too spicy,
We're
I
not gonna
may have to
restart
sleep
some
in the
stuff.
other bedroom.
We may not.
I would just like to give the backstory of how it all started, how we got
Set it off.
How
You
we,
should set it
how
off.
we got to a point to where it started going bad. So we woke up the morning of.
Remove our weapons.
We
not
woke
doing
up.
Alec Baldwin up in here.
No, there will not be an accidental murder, please. Okay, so we woke up. What was it? Monday morning. We drove to Santa Barbara. Whatever day it was, we woke up. That morning, I woke up. I had a horrible migraine. I'm like, I'm like struggling, but I'm like, we're doing this. We're doing this. We're in the car for 2 hours. It's cool. We're like vibing. We're having a good time. We get to Santa Barbara. We put our bags down.
Thought I made a nice playlist.
Yeah, everything was all good. And then we were sitting outside and we were all having drinks and wine. Everyone was like trickling in. We were at a spot across the street from the hotel. So as everyone was arriving, we could see you guys arriving and we were like, yeah, like come get wine. We're chilling. So after sitting outside I was out there for like 4.5 hours. Before we went to dinner, I was like, I'm gonna go back to the room because I have having the craziest acid reflux and heartburn. So I was like, all right, let me just go lay down, whatever. I get to the room and there's something about being pregnant, especially when you've had past experiences where things like went a little awry, when you start feeling weird or sick, it's like a spiral. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? Like something's wrong, like da-da-da. And then I'm just panicking in general. And then, so I'm up there, I'm like trying to sleep, like laying in bed, trying to get cozy. And I like get up, because I'm like, all right, I'm going, like we're doing this. I'm getting up, I'm sitting in the chair and I'm on my phone. And then Eddie's texting me and he's like, what's the plan? And I was like, just do the plan, like I'll meet you there, whatever, it's cool, like don't worry about it. And then he comes up to the room, he comes up hot. He's like pissed at this point. I think it's a little bit of the wine, a little bit of the emotions of it all. And then this is where we start hashing it out. Because then he's like,
But
his energy.
This was the dinner. This is the rehearsal dinner.
But
We're not using the term rehearsal dinner.
It wasn't the rehearsal
This is
dinner.
contractually.
It wasn't the rehearsal
It
dinner.
was not the rehearsal dinner, but it's the dinner with your family
Sure.
the night before you get married.
As an impartial observer, there was no rehearsal because there was no plan for the wedding ceremony.
No.
So there was
plan.
definitely not a rehearsal, but
not.
it had all the attendees of a rehearsal dinner,
Yes.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
But we are contractually not going to call it
we're
a
not gonna
rehearsal
call it
dinner.
that. We renamed the team. It's no longer the Washington football team. It's no longer the rehearsal dinner. It's the dinner. It is the watching for both. It's the dinner the night before the wedding.
Yeah, it was a dinner the night before the wedding. So then Eddie gets up to the room. You know when Eddie is like pissed off. It's a different vibe. It's a different Eddie.
1000%.
Just feels.
He walks in the room, jacket on, sits in the chair next to me. It's like chairs like how you guys are sitting. I'm on this one. There's like a small table. He sits down on that chair. He goes, "You're really not gonna come?" And I'm like, I was like, I don't feel good. I'm just trying to get it together. I'm not feeling good. And then he starts like bringing the energy on me. So then I was like, yeah, like I'm not coming now. Like fuck you. And then, so then we're hashing it out. And it gets to the point where I'm now just being like, I'm gonna come. Like it's fine, I'm gonna come. And he's like, no, I don't want you to come now. I want everyone to know that you don't want to come. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, don't come to dinner on my account.
No, that's not what he said.
You don't wanna come to dinner.
Verbatim, he said, now I don't want you to come because I want everyone to know that you don't want to come.
Yep.
And so I'm
It
like,
makes sense though. Logically, it just makes sense. Listen, if your heart's not in it, don't come.
logically it makes sense if your soon-to-be
Don't come.
wife is like in the best of health, like feeling amazing. I'm like pregnant. I was just like throwing up in my mouth because I have the worst acid reflux. I'm like trying to get it together. And I was just like, damn, like you're really gonna do, you're like,
Why are you filming
You're
this
really
on
gonna
the pod?
do-
You're
no.
gonna have a
I was like, you're really gonna do me like that?
What are you doing, bro?
Yo, Juno's fighting for her life.
She really is.
Juno's fighting for her life right now.
Mr. Chow's like, are my parents gonna stay together?
Mr. Chow almost broke the boogie post.
Oh my God. The Chow Wrangler. The Chow Wrangler is down.
I just want to say for the record, officially what you are saying is you were trying to snitch. That's a snitch move.
He was
It's
trying to
like,
snitch.
I'm
Do we
mad. I
have
want
to use that
everyone
word?
to know what you have done.
Yes.
That's snitching.
Yes. He was like, now I want everyone to know that you weren't
Not
gonna
really
come.
snitching. My thing is, look, let's just let everyone
Listen.
should know how you really feel right now. The feeling is, the vibe is, I don't want to die.
I literally need to know everyone to know when you're pregnant and you don't feel good and you're hormonal and you're just never get married pregnant. Just never get married pregnant. You're hormonal. Literally, you just feel, it doesn't matter. You feel.
Feel the Chow Wrangler's down. The Chow Wrangler's down.
This is a difficult
He
job.
may need to go to the crib.
Chow needs to go.
This was Chow's episode.
can't make
We
it.
let Chow on. All right, Gino, you gotta bring him to the crib.
Should we give him the bed?
No. I think it's a wrap.
The Red Rocket's out.
He's into it. Dick Chow.
That's my girl, dog. That's my girl.
Big Dick
Oh my
Chow.
God.
Yo,
This
let him know how you feel, Chow. Chow, come here.
This isn't Chow, this is
Chow,
Squidward.
come here. See,
I
Chow,
am dead.
the
I
vibe
am
is like,
dead, bro.
I want to go to dinner. He's like,
And that's why I choose Killa. He
Good
comes
point,
out
Mr.
with
Chow.
this fucking squid.
This man heard kebab and his parents, and he was like, "Guess what?"
Like, I'm gonna show you this cocktail.
No, he like hops on the couch and brings it out. And I'm like, not on the couch. Like, not near me. It's like so disturbing. I don't know how people have male dogs. That's just
Chow
really.
really came through and just showed his dick.
Yeah. We just got Me Too'd.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like safe.
No, I think that was like a little.
For us.
He went Magic Mike. Oh, I think that was.
You got a freebie.
Oh, so we should have tipped him.
Yeah, you
Okay.
actually. That was
Alright.
on the house.
It's like when you get the
Came
preview for OnlyFans. They're like,
Yeah.
subscribe for more.
Oh, is that like 5-minute Pornhub clip?
Yeah, and you
Right?
think you can get the full video,
Yeah.
and then they're like,
You're like, oh, they're
psych.
about to finish.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, dude.
But you
Yeah.
can figure it out.
You can figure
After
it out.
that 5 minutes, you got enough material to figure it
Yeah.
out.
You just close your eyes and just
Yeah,
put in the last
you know.
act.
Yeah.
Let your
Just close your
imagination
eyes
take
and think
over.
about your wife.
I like that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
where were we
God.
at in this story? You didn't want to show up to the dinner the night before.
No, we
got
were
married.
you then told me not to come because you wanted everyone to know that I'm a bad person.
Yo, I think. you
And so
had a
then
wedding,
at
you
that
should be
point-
honest about where your heart is at.
And then at that point, I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Now I don't want to be around you because you're pissing me off and you're like, you're riding a wave that I'm not riding. So you were like somewhere else in a different dimension. And I was like, actually, you know
Mentally, I
what?
had athlete's foot. Shit
After,
was really hot.
after telling me twice, he told me
I
twice.
told you it is a fiery wedding.
It was a fiery wedding. He told me
Yeah.
twice, don't come. So
Yeah.
after the second time, he gets to the door and he says, you're really not gonna come? And I was like, you just told me not to come. And he goes, no, fuck you, and leaves. And I was like, I'm not coming now. I got my ass right in the shower and got in bed.
Read my mind.
No, because Eddie's the most stubborn person in the world. And I was like, not this time. I was like, you want to be stubborn? Watch me be just as stubborn. So I got right in the shower and got in bed, did my skincare. I felt fucking amazing.
She impressed me with how stubborn she
Felt
would be. I
fucking
was like,
amazing.
oh,
Good.
And then I was like, cool. I was like, honestly, maybe he'll have a better time at dinner, dolo. And I was like, if I come, it would have been worse for everyone if I'd come at that point because he wouldn't have bounced back by the time we got off that elevator and got downstairs.
No.
He would have rolled into us going to dinner and he literally the whole time would have just been like,
Do you think that is not the face he made? It would have been
That's exactly what he did.
It would have been worse if I came with Drake pursed lips like this.
oh, you were drinking?
I don't know which I want.
This is what he does.
No, I straight up was like, how about that calamari?
This is what he does. When we get in a fight or I can tell like we have to leave somewhere, he'll go, and I'm like, that is when I know we have to go. I'm like,
I
get in the
literally
car.
sat down and looked at the man and go, calamari got 2 sauces, huh? Because it had a spicy mustard sauce and it had a tomato sauce.
Pretty standard.
And I was just like, that's it.
Can I also give some scene for all of this as well?
Please.
Number one, we're neglecting to mention that it was like 48 degrees outside and rainy.
Yeah.
And everyone had sat on this patio for a couple of hours drinking a very lovely Viognier while Natasha cannot drink and it's cold as shit. She looks gorgeous.
now you're piling
but it's
on
cold.
me. Oh,
Thank you.
Listen, I knew something was wrong.
Now who's snitching?
Thank you. Thank you, Elena.
Am I giving facts? Is
Thank
it
you.
opinions or is it facts?
Thank you.
I knew something was wrong because we pulled up late, right? My
Yeah.
parents, Juno, and I, we pulled up a little late because we had to stop to
My
get
family
some
late
stuff.
for an important function for me?
were late.
No.
You were not
So
late
picture
because this was not. You
wasn't
were
a
not
set
late
time.
because there was no
We
set
were just-
time and it wasn't a rehearsal dinner. It was just like get to Santa Barbara today. We're getting married tomorrow, so come today. Have a nice rest.
I'm not a rapper.
That's all that was.
We pulled up and Eddie was like, yo, we're over here. And I was like, cool, we're gonna check in, calm down.
Yeah.
We check in, we come up. Eddie's like, I'm off that Adderall. and then I see
I
Natasha.
did pop 2 of her mom's Adderalls.
Yeah. He's popping Adderall,
So I was like, all
chugging
right.
wine.
All right, a little funky, right?
No, I was having a great time.
He was
man.
having a great
I
time.
didn't even snort the shit.
Okay,
I
but
fucking ate it like a real normal person.
okay, but
Like someone
again,
who needs it.
I don't know if we all picked up on any vibes because I had just gotten out of the car with Raph and Christina, who are amazing, wonderful parents
best
and
people.
did a great job driving. But you know, it's just a different in a box with a married couple being like, can we get there on time? It's right. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So we get there. I'm like, wine. What? Wine. It's wine time. Let's go. We get outside. We're drinking. You're wrangling the parents.
Yes.
And just
Yeah.
being like, whatever. Sidebar, the ride up. The whole time we were like, what are we walking into? Do we know when they're getting married? Tuesday. Is there a time? Don't know. Christina goes, maybe we'll get one of those like printed out weekend itineraries when we check in. I said, no. Baby,
No.
who was about, between these two, who was about to write a flowery cardstock itinerary for people?
This
No,
is the way
ma'am.
how Liz planned.
No, ma'am.
She planned what she did with her mom. You didn't participate in the plan. I was never invited to the planning. I didn't know you guys were in charge of this thing.
is the
Anytime I
craziest
asked
thing.
the time of
No.
something, it was just like, you didn't
No.
participate in the
No,
plan.
this is absolutely not true. This is not true. This is classic fucking Eddie. So he absolutely knew the vibe and the itinerary because I texted it to Julius because Julius fucking came. So
we go.
I said,
Julius was on
come
that.
here
Julius,
at this
did you have
time.
an itinerary?
He absolutely did. I said, get here at 12:30. We're gonna leave the
Wow.
hotel at 2. The
You
ceremony.
left us out to
I said,
dry.
the
You
ceremony.
left
He
us
did.
out
He
to
did.
dry.
And this is the real fucking kicker. He tries to pin it on me. He goes, I didn't even want to do this. You planned this whole fucking wedding. I go,
my God.
excuse me.
Oh my
I go, excuse me. The original plan was to pull up to a courthouse on a random day, literally not planned. And then we decided, right? We decided Elena's gonna come officiate and Raph and Christina are gonna come. They're flying from New York. I go, you want them to get off a flight and then drive to Santa Barbara same day? I was like, of course I planned a
Christina
day.
makes Ralph fly home at like 2 a.m.
No.
Eddie plans even his most important life events like we're just gonna get high and go to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes,
like,
always,
squat
yes.
up.
Yes.
What up? Yeah, we're gonna be out front. Come out
premiere,
front.
every
Yes.
like event. What's the plan? Just show up.
Yeah,
Should,
that's true.
should
That's true.
do I need to wear something? And he's like, well, I'll be in fur. Okay, what the fuck does
What
that
does that
mean for
mean?
everyone else?
I agree.
You know what though? Can I
assumed-
tell you what I did plan when I proposed to you? That was a nice plan.
That was
I
nice.
spent months
That was
planning.
a nice
I
plan.
photoshopped our photos on
Yeah,
every movie.
that was a nice
I
plan.
planted them in the video store.
Trip
I
to the
bought
video
2 rings.
store.
Yeah, trip to the video store though.
2 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
When
was
you do
really nice.
that,
Two rings is
you
hard.
kind of want the person to come to
Classic.
dinner the night before the wedding.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm reiterating that you did know the itinerary, and I assumed that you would tell people that you invited what was going on. That you talked to on a regular basis. I assumed that you would let everyone know.
Would.
No.
They know you too.
Listen, I wasn't expecting a printout.
No.
I
I was like, that's not gonna happen.
was hopeful for like a screenshot of the Notes app,
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a printout.
I was just
wasn't
thinking a
expecting-
group text that was like, we leave at 1 Tuesday. Just like, I don't know. Because they were asking me, like, are they doing this at night? I was like, I don't know. Aren't
was
you
a mystery.
officiating? Uh-huh.
All I knew was All I knew was Santa Barbara is gonna be outside.
Yeah. Well, there was literally the only plan of this wedding was we blocked off at the courthouse 3 to 6. They give you a couple hours. They're like, this is your window. He knew everything. He didn't relay the message
I'm not
to
saying
anyone.
shit on this pod.
And
even though I got a lot to
every-
say.
No, no, no.
This wedding, your wife is right.
And this is what he did. He complained that there was now too much planning,
Yes.
and it didn't need to be that way. So then he's
At what point did I say this? At what point did I say this?
You said you made it into this big thing and now you don't want to come to dinner. I said I absolutely didn't because I invited one person. And it's my mom. You made it into
See, that felt
something.
disrespectful to my friends who are in this
No,
room
no,
right
no,
now.
no. But it's not
I love how
disrespectful.
these 2 people are calling a 10-person wedding a big thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Evan, do you want to know what the real takeaway from? We'll get to it at the end,
Yeah.
but the real takeaway is this is going to be the best marriage ever because they share the same love language, which is escalation. I throw a grenade. No, I got a grenade.
Exactly.
No, fuck you.
It's the
Fuck you too.
Spider-Man emoji.
It's great.
It's the Spider-Man emoji.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And honestly, it doesn't usually escalate this level if,
It does.
if the restaurant is open for business and we can have sex. Because then it's just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I hope it's not like that.
Why are your feet so involved in this? There's so much. I don't understand.
that.
just kidding.
It's like
Where is your center of gravity right now?
But when the restaurant's closed, it's really hard to communicate in the way that we communicate.
It's not closed.
It's not
they're
closed.
They're temporarily not
What do you know about?
servicing.
What do you know about this?
They're not
Have you gotten someone
serving.
pregnant?
They're not
You should tell
serving
your
because
partner
there's
if
a
you got
special
someone pregnant
event
before.
full. It got booked out.
Yeah, it got booked out. There's someone in there
It got booked
running
out.
around.
It got booked
Got
out.
Yeah.
booked out.
So there's not as much reservations available for communicating.
Not for you.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
You get this outdoor dining.
Whatever, man.
You get this out
My
hard time.
feelings were hurt. It hurt my feelings. She didn't want to come to dinner the night before we got married.
I was gonna come. He told me explicitly not to come. At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna listen to what I'm told because I planned too much and I didn't plan enough, and I planned too much and I didn't plan enough. So I was like, listen, I'm gonna let you have this one. This is what you want. You get what you want right
Because
now.
you were complaining about not being able to drink, and I was like, can't help
No,
you with
I just
that.
said you're off 2 Adderall and you're a little fucked up. I think you should take it down a notch. I didn't
Can
complain
we
about
cut
not
to
drinking.
the most awkward dinner of all time now?
Yeah, get to the dinner. Yeah, get to the dinner.
Yes, so all of this has gone down unbeknownst to anybody else at this table. And we're just like, I'm hungry. We've had much wine. It's time to get some stuff in the
I
stomach.
mean, you knew something was going on because you didn't show up to dinner.
True,
I knew-
and because you had the funky face. It's very like,
He put his head down and was texting crazy.
and I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, he told me if you don't show up here, I'm not marrying you tomorrow. So I said, bet. And I said, I'm gonna run with that one too.
See, same love language, escalation.
Yep.
I'm totally into it.
Yep.
We're sitting there, no, none of this is happening. Christina's like, how many lobster mac and cheeses should we get? And I'm like,
I was like, bitch, all of them.
it was a lot happening. And then at some point, there was a request about bok choy.
There was?
I was eating a macadamia nut crusted halibut, and there was a side of bok choy on the plate, and then Elena could take it from here.
And then, because I can see my friend's face is very crunchy. He's not talking very much. And Natasha's mom, Paula, who is lovely, by the way,
Amazing.
MVP of the whole entire weekend,
Yo.
just turns to Eddie and sees the bok choy and says, Eddie, you know, I really need you to teach me how to cook bok choy. It never comes out right. And Eddie turns.
Lost my goddamn mind.
Do you want to do this? You want me to do it? You want to do it?
You do it. You do it.
Paula, I can't make small talk right now. I wanted to melt into the chair because I was like, oh, Jesus. This is another thing. They are both very respectful of one another's parents. It's a thing in the household.
Yeah.
You're not going to talk greasy to people's moms. So when that happened, I was like, ooh. Do we need to go for a
I
walk?
felt like possessed from Terrence Howard's character in Best Man. Just like the greasiest version of me. I was just like, I can't make small talk right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We might not make it, man.
I'm too upset she's not at this dinner, and she should be. And do you know who had my back? Was her mom.
She did.
Her mom turned, she goes, she should be here. I was like,
My mom was texting me. She's like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you should be here. And I was like, whose side are you on, Paula? Whose fucking side are you on? I was like, you don't even know what's happening. You don't know what he just said to me in this hotel room. As I'm like so cozy, not
Like fully moisturized.
I have like pajamas on. I'm not experiencing any of the awkwardness. And I go, by the way, can you let me know when you guys are leaving? And on your way back. And my mom doesn't answer. I was like, she's setting me up. She would not tell me when you guys were coming back. It was a setup.
and after you text her about like, oh, text us when you're leaving, she thought it was about because you wanted food. And she goes, Eddie, should we get her fries or a hamburger?
She might want a hamburger.
You know what?
Frygate.
If she wanted to eat food, she should have come to the dinner.
Which I will give you, that's fair. That's fair. I would have done the same thing, to be honest. I would have said the same thing.
type of spicy.
I would have said the same thing.
Then Captain Save-A-Ho over here. Let's show Captain Save-A-Ho.
No, this is just my brother. This is my brother.
Yeah, this is your brother. This is AKA Captain Save-A-Ho. Goes, I think we should get her some fries, man. We should get her some fries. Let's get her
First, we
something.
tried to get her the burger, and then the server was like, the service staff was like, the kitchen's closed. And then Christina and I were like, can we at least get her some fries?
Yeah, and I see Evan being the nicest guy, honestly being the nicest guy in the world, trying to be a facilitator, asking all these nice questions to try to make sure my pregnant fiance is fed. My ass is looking at him all fucking crazy. Yo.
Like, you doing this now? You doing this now?
And I just mumble in Chinese, oh, 这是你的老婆啊. And I was just like, oh, this is your wife? This is your wife who's hungry? Oh, yeah.
Like, what the
Meanwhile, and he's like, fuck that bitch and fuck my kid too. Let my kid starve.
If my wife's hungry, I'll bring her the food. I don't need you asking people about fucking hamburgers and fries. And everyone goes, fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Wait, but this is what...
These are the fries, bro. These were the fries that started it all. It was when Evan said, should we bring her fries? I lost my shit. I lost my fucking shit. I lost my shit, and then she got these fries. She got the fries at the end of the day. Family history.
In Chinese, because I was like, I'm gonna blow up your shit, but I'm not gonna blow it up in English.
Yeah.
So I was like, 去你妈的个蛋.
Yeah. Evan's over here
Which means
behind
like,
the table.
fuck your mom. He goes, but my mom was sitting right there.
And he's like, he like did the gritty after.
Because
It
mom
makes sense you don't know how to do the gritty
but
based
that's
on your
Evan's.
team.
No,
But that's not.
That's not my gritty. I did his version.
I was in a
That's
bank
the commander's gritty.
I was in a banquet, right? And I was stepping up to get out. Mom and dad were like trying to keep the peace so they didn't think I was walking out. I'm like, Mom, I'm out.
We're leaving.
But you're in a booth. You
Yeah.
can't go nowhere.
Exactly. So it took some time. And then I dipped out, but I was like, shit, it's a long drive home. I got to take a piss. So I doubled back past the table that I just walked away from.
Yeah, I was like, what happened to fucking leaving, bro?
Went to
I was
the
like, I definitely won this argument.
I went to the restroom, came back, and Juno had like returned to the table. I was like, Juno, we're leaving. And then I went outside and I got into the fucking Tesla, and then I'm like, wait, my mom and dad are still there.
Family ties.
I just started watching YouTube highlights on the fucking infotainment system, and I was like,
This dinner just fell apart so fucking fast.
So
and then
everyone's
Christina's over
fuming.
there on the other angle going, I can't believe this just happened. I can't believe this. Raph, do something.
Word on the street is Raph took a few shots for this to happen.
Raph had some wise advice from his father when we got married, and it was for him to not fight against me. And I think that he tried a little bit yesterday in order to be a good friend to you.
Yes.
But I feel like I had a little bit to add, being a woman that's had a baby and married. So my perspective was more important.
It is. It just is. It's the right opinion.
It was the right perspective in the moment.
We also, word on the street is you caught a lot of shrapnel yesterday.
I did, but I took it like a champ, which is what you learn being a husband. You just gotta like guard your face. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like not the face, not the moneymaker.
I was telling them, basically what you were doing was you went high guard. You got your back on the ropes. You went high guard.
Right.
Smothered, and like she took a lot of shots. I don't know if any of them really got through.
No, I don't think anything landed.
No.
But
Nothing landed, but she felt like work was done. So.
But I'm setting her up for the knockout eventually.
Yeah.
It might take a few years, but eventually I will get the knockout.
You heard it here first. Babe Ruth calling the knockout in the 75th round. The knockout of Christina.
Wild. It was wild. It was wild. She goes, I remember at one point saying, Raph, talk to him.
Fix it, Raph, fix it.
I just knew it went from like bad to worse because my mom wouldn't tell me when you guys were getting back because I wanted a heads up because I was like, I'm going to turn the lights off and I'm going to be sleeping. Like I was like, I don't know if I want to. I was like, there was definitely more drinks, maybe more Adderall. Like I don't know that I want to meet the version of this person.
Oh my God.
And there's like
I'm nice on Adderall.
This is how he came in the room with he's wearing this big jacket. He goes and sits on the chair and goes, so you're not coming? He's very nice on Adderall. So I get this. You're like, yes, you're like a teen who like has like anger issues. So there's a bang at the door, and it's my mom, and I was like, oh no. I was like,
this is
what
worse.
happened?
Amazing.
And my mom comes in the room, and I sit back on the bed like I'm in high school, and she's sitting on the edge of the bed like this is when I was in trouble in high school vibes, and I'm like, I'm about to get a lecture.
Yeah.
And she's just like, honey, like my mom's like this, trying to keep the
sweetest
peace,
person in
trying
the
to always keep the peace. She's like, honey, I don't know what happened. But you should have came to dinner. And I was like, you don't know what he came up here and said. And I was like, how dare you? And I'm just like looking at the fries sitting on the bed.
But
and she keeps
open
talking to me, and I'm like looking at the fries. And I'm like, I shouldn't eat the fries during this conversation, but I just start getting into the fries.
Yeah.
And as I start eating, I'm starting to like come down and like understand that like I was just being crazy. I should have just gone to dinner. I should have ate it. I should have been the bigger person. I was the sober person. I should have ate it.
It's like
think everybody
classic, like I am pregnant. And what brought me down was fries, and now we cool.
Yeah.
Like if you just fucking gave her food.
Absolutely.
She was just angry.
I would like to reiterate also that this fucking hotel, for some reason, there was no snack bar. Like you couldn't get a chip, you couldn't get an M&M, you couldn't get anything. So it could have all been avoided if this hotel didn't suck
Don't
ass.
say the Hotel Californian. It's freezing. The power went out.
There was a
started
fire.
There was a fire.
There's
they
no
charged
mini bar.
the rate was crazy and the service was the front desk.
Trash.
The front desk girls, I'm like, hey, where is the Juliana whatever restaurant? And she's like, yeah, it's over there to the left and across the street. I was like, excuse me?
Yo, wow, they were crazy nice to me.
That's because you want Amex.
They got Amex.
That's a different story, yeah.
Yeah, no, but you booked with Amex.
That's true. I got
Yeah.
in and Raph and
Because
Christina.
all of us got Amex, but because you booked with Amex, they were like,
There was different.
yo, Princess Diana is
Yeah.
here.
My longest best relationship. Shout out to American Express. But yeah, when we checked in, Raph and Christina, they were like, yeah, your room's like that. And like they were like, oh, Miss Bergeron, we upgraded you for free. Your room has a fireplace now. Here's like $100 free to do whatever you want right now. And like
always give you that,
you
yeah.
got free breakfast. And I was like, bet.
But what
Holla
happened
at
when
me.
what happened when you start eating the fries?
So I started doing the fries. My mom's just on your side. She's just like, She's
Your mom's
really
a
on your side.
mature,
and it was
logical,
pissing me off
reasonable
even
person.
more. But this now I was coming down with the fries. I was feeling better. Now I'm fuming again because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, you don't know shit about shit. You weren't in the room when he came up here and did this whole little thing. Anyone in my position would have been pissed off. And I was like, and I'm pregnant. And I was like, I just feel like he should shut the fuck up. It should have been nice to me. And I was like, he should have just listened to me. I said I didn't feel good. I needed a minute. And then he told me not to come, so I didn't come. So I'm like bugging out, and my mom, and then Eddie comes back.
It's an interpretation. It's an
I'm like,
interpretation.
watch this face, because this is a face of someone who has more to say but is not saying it.
So Eddie comes back, and my mom gives us a lecture, and she says, just shut the fuck up and go to sleep. She was like, don't talk about it right now.
Yeah.
Just go to sleep. She's like, you're
She
both
put y'all to
tired.
bed.
She was like, you're both tired. You've both like been through a lot. Just go to sleep. And me and Eddie literally don't even look at each other. We just get in the bed and go to sleep.
Like little kids, I'm 41, and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to what
Y'all got
Paula's telling
tucked
me.
in the night
Yeah.
before your wedding. You
We
got
did.
fully tucked in.
Yes,
Yeah.
were they full like Dr. Seuss fucking reading?
I've never felt like such a child. And I came back and I was like, I'm not mad. I'm just high. It's cool. I walked around. Because honestly, so then while she was talking to her mom, I went for like a 2-mile long walk in the rain with Elena, Christina, and Raph. And it was funny because Elena and Raph are my 2 best friends like I've ever made. It's them 2 and Warren from across the street growing up. And Christina wanted to give them their space to like be my best friend. But like after 5 minutes, Christina's like, all right, I gotta take this thing over.
Right.
Because neither of them is gonna tell you what to do. Relationships are hard. You think I like being with Raph? Like basically. You know what I mean? Like
You think he doesn't
basically.
drive me crazy every day? I was
You
like,
think we
dang.
don't fight? And then she just starts unloading on Raph and bringing up ancient fights.
Yeah.
And you know what snapped me back into fucking reality and it was just shut the fuck up, man, is I was like, I'm about to get my partner killed.
Yeah.
I'm about to get my fucking partner killed.
Pretty much.
He's getting killed in front of me. Right? Raph was just...
He's just taking hella bullets. Hella
getting
bullets.
shot at. Like, this was the best friend.
Yeah.
Like, his wife, instead of talking about my situation and saying what she needed to say to me, she started to criticize Raph for all of the things that she
Shout out to
wanted to
Raph.
criticize me for.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know
Wow.
what? This
Shout out
is...
to Raph.
Shout out to Raph. Real love on Raph's part to just
1000%.
eat every
Yeah.
single book. She brought up ancient fights. Christina and Raph's relationship is the relationship I look up to.
Yep.
That is the best relationship I've ever seen. I'm counting my parents. I'm counting all my cousins. I'm counting everybody. That's the best relationship I know. And she was like, you remember his I'm like, no, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. She's like, of course you're going to say he didn't do that. I was like, no, for sure. She's like, how do you know? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get back with my girl right now. I'm going to get back with my girl.
Right.
Because I'm about to get my partner killed.
Don't jump out the frying pan into the fryer. Like, it's
Yeah.
2 separate things. Worry about this.
I was like, oh, shit. My issue, I was like, look, I was playing with my own fire. All right? I was fucking around with my own life. And now I'm
Correct.
like, oh, my best friend's getting hemmed up. And then my parents are hemmed up. And Paula's all hemmed up. And all she wanted to know is how to make fucking bok choy.
Correct.
And I was like, I need to get a hold of myself. Because my falling apart and being vindictive and trying to punish you for not coming to dinner and be like, this is a rehearsal and adding all this meaning.
Yeah.
And all these feelings that I probably harbored against my dad since 4th grade for not picking me up from fucking baseball. And I got picked on. Like, that's what's going on in my head.
This is how
That's
deep
how
it goes.
deep this shit is.
But it's like me and Raph sympathize with you because we know you. And it's like one thing that nobody in our crew does. Like when it's family time, you just show up for the shit. No matter what happened, no matter what actual beef you have, you just show up for the shit. And so I could see that all
Yeah.
over your face. But it's also like, but she pregnant though, dog.
Yes.
Like,
But I wanna
she's
tell you
fully
the
like swarmed up, is
Yeah.
tight up in there. Like, let her fucking
I was like, listen, talk to me when you have a sharp pain in your vagina every
Yeah,
45
no,
minutes and you
I
don't know
accept
what
all
it's from.
fault. I accept all fault. And
Yeah.
this does not make up for it, but I hope people listening can learn a little bit from this shit. Is like, my mind in the moment when all shit broke down, and this has happened to me a few times where you think, oh my God, it's that moment. But it broke down for me because I was like, I remember when I was a kid, my mom was always late picking us up from Kung Fu Karate. I would just be sitting on the curb for hours. And I remember a few times when I started to play baseball, the baseball was all white kids. I was the only Asian kid. I remember my dad on my birthday in 4th grade didn't come get me for like 3 hours after the game.
Damn.
And white kids started to run circles around me going, ching chong, Eddie Huang sitting on a jumbo gong, spitting sunflower seeds at me.
That's kinda hard.
They were just chewing sunflower seeds and spitting them
the
at
top?
me.
That's like that all-American racism.
Yeah.
That's hella Florida.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
You only get that in Orlando.
in that moment, I was just like, dude, I can't count on anybody. Like, this is like, I can't count on anybody and I can't do shit. And I think that, I just go to that place. But now I'm 41, I gotta get over this shit. I gotta fucking get over this
And
shit.
here's the other key ingredient to the context. Did either of you continue your therapy leading into your wedding?
No.
Nah.
Boom. Neither one of them is
Nah.
seeing their analyst. A month before this wedding, she's pregnant. Life is crazy.
Yeah.
Now we got childhood dramas.
We
bringing
should
up.
have.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat mahi and go to bed. What tools do I have for this? None. None.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have done some therapy before the
probably.
wedding. And also, you
I
don't
should have
think
wore a
about
helmet.
it.
Just a little tune-up.
Well, I would also
Yeah,
we
like
kept enforcing like how low stakes the wedding was and how it really wasn't a thing and it was just this little ceremony we were gonna do, like we're gonna celebrate big another time. So I think just putting that in your head when you're like, this really isn't a big deal, this really isn't a big deal for months.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal. And
Yeah,
then
it's-
you're like, get there and you're like, okay, something's happening.
Yeah.
Like there's emotions flying,
actually
things
going
are
down.
happening, people
Yeah.
are feeling things. And you realize like even if you're eloping, shit is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge life event.
You know
We played ourselves.
You know who realized it was a big deal? Shaky hands. Hello.
Yeah, you knew it was a big deal. You knew it was a big
I'm
deal.
like, we're gonna do a thing. I'm just
Yeah. You were shaking, crying the entire ceremony.
I didn't cry, so I
No,
did
you didn't
not.
cry.
My voice cracked. I did not
That's
cry.
different. Yeah.
The
Different.
shaking got under control in the 3rd quarter, though.
Here's the other portion of this that goes underrepresented in this.
Yeah.
Is that after the makeup, and we'll get to the makeup, and they decided to actually get married, and it was going to happen that day. Eddie goes, "Damn, you think Paulo will give us some Adderall?" I, being the good friend I am going up to the bridal suite where she's getting her makeup done, her mom, they're handling everything. We're still going to the Blockbuster on Friday night. So Paul, like, you think I could have an Adderall for Eddie? Sure, I got you. Here you go. What do you want, red or blue? And so I'm like, whatever you gave him before. So we do some Adderall. We do another walk. We're feeling good. We passed by the Rusty Anchor, which was apparently an alternative wedding site that was proposed, but come on. Come on, that's not happening.
Yep.
We walk around, we get some coffee, we maybe smoke a little weed, that's fine. Get back to the hotel. Julius has arrived. Thank you, shout out to Julius, who got the text that it's off and then got the text that it's on. Still made the drive in the rain. Shout out to this guy. So we're sitting there and he's like, I think I want some more Adderall. Has Elena ever done Adderall in life? No, because where am I going? So we go through all of this drama, a full-on rainstorm, down trees, no power in the hotel room.
Fire in the hotel.
I get dressed in the dark. And I'm like, are we downstairs? Can I get 5 more minutes? And Natasha's like, I'm coming down. I'm like, I can't be later than the bride. What the fuck have I been working on? She's gonna come out with like professionally done makeup. And I'm like, I'm late trying to do one eyeliner.
Shaking from the
Shaking
Adderall.
like this. And so we get there, and I'm like, it's my dog. He's getting married. She's got a great girl. They're kind of perfect for each other. There's a lot of drama.
I was big chilling. I ate 2 of them things, and then I hit a couple joints with Julius. I was chill.
Yeah.
Once I got, but we haven't even. How did we skip so far ahead? So what happens then?
Because y'all are still stuck on
we
the
woke
same
up,
night.
'cause you
I'm
guys
like, y'all
don't know about
wild.
this. We woke up that morning, right? And she was on this side, turned this way, and then I was turned this way. I looked, she's awake. I like kicked a foot back. I was like,
And my foot just went.
yeah, she just took her foot away.
I
I'm like, she never takes her foot out. And then I was like, you want to talk? And she's like, Yeah. And then I just got this shit. I was just like, I still want to marry you. I love you.
Real.
Let's do this. I was just like, I know you're my person. And she goes, how do you know I'm your person? You always say that. You know, I'm your person. How do you know you're my person? And I was like, damn.
Work for it. Work for it.
I was taking shots.
And I was like, honestly, I don't got an answer for that. I can't answer that for you. I was like, all I can do is speak for myself and tell you that I know you're my person. I was like, I've never loved anyone like you. I've never changed for anyone like you. I've never gotten this far with anyone. Like, I don't. And just like Natasha was saying, we kept downplaying this, I think, because we both got our issues.
Yeah.
You know, like, I really think that we were both really wanting to be married. We really want to do family, but it's the like feeling of like, this is it. And there's all this meaning to this thing is we just kept downplaying it because we didn't want all these feelings to arise.
Right.
But when you don't acknowledge the feelings and the gravity of a situation you're entering, and it doesn't mean having a 100-person wedding or a 200-person wedding.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just us, you know, we could have done a good job. We could have done a better job acknowledging between ourselves. This is a really big step.
Yeah.
You know, and like
We
do this
probably
together.
should have just talked about it. We never talked about it. I think because there was just so much going on. We like woke up January 1st, found out we were pregnant, and then we immediately started. Then there was the period of, you know, you go through and like an oh shit.
Yeah.
Is this, what's gonna happen with this? Is this healthy? Like, is something gonna happen? What's gonna go wrong? So then there's 6 weeks of your mind is just in that. And then it's like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it was just all so fast. And we literally never sat down and had a conversation about like, how do you feel about wedding? We talked about baby so much and how do you feel about this and what's stressing you and whatever, that the wedding just felt like small potatoes.
And I think I'll say this, like, when you get engaged, you know, everyone's just so excited for you. There's so much excitement, and you're just riding this wave of happiness, and you just want to stay on the wave. And talking about certain things kind of takes you out of the wave.
Yeah, it's not sexy to be like, I'm having anxiety about like making this commitment to you that is final and very, you know,
life.
Yeah. And then there's, you know, even if you're in the happiest marriage of your life, like there's the element of you don't want to, like my parents got divorced. I was like, even if it's subconscious, it's like you don't want to fail.
Yeah.
So then you have this, for me, it was my own pressure that nobody was putting on me. It was total, the call was coming from inside the fucking house. But it's like, you don't want to fail. You don't want to, and then you're like, oh my God, should I? And then it's almost like when you take yourself out of the game just so you don't lose the game.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't want to fail, so should I even fucking do this? Like, is it going to be, what's going to happen? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because I just assumed the sort of like lack of, oh, we're like going in on this or really trying to define what's about to happen was more speaking to the fact that like anytime I talk to you two about like being together, it just sort of feels inevitable. Like, yeah, we're gonna get married because like that's already wifey. Like we're already locked in. So like I thought it was sort of cute that it was like, no, they're treating this as an inevitability. Like we're gonna get married.
Yeah.
Whether we get married on Tuesday or Friday, who knows?
Yeah.
But like we're going down this road. Yeah.
And I think that was an oversight. Like,
Yes.
it's an oversight because you don't actually face your emotions. And, like, I think we both project as, like, strong, confident people. And I think we are. But a lot of times the people that become strong through adversity, there's, like, really deep wounds. Like, insane wounds that just pop up. And you don't really have much control over it. Even through therapy, what you learn to do is how to manage it when it comes up. But you can't control when, where, how, what, when, why it comes up. It just comes up.
Yeah.
I think when it comes up with Aries, new moon, all of that. I
That
was
too.
like, it was just like,
And we
fire
had
times.
asked our astrologer. We started planning the wedding. We got engaged in May. April, May, started planning the wedding in July. And the first plan was like Greece in the summer.
Yep.
It'll be great. It'll be fun. Island vibe. Same, not a lot of people, just like fam, friends, easy. And the astrologer told us, this is the date. This is the date you are getting married. This is the best day. This is the most prosperous day. And so we believed her, and we were like, okay, so not Greece in March it's like snowing and rain, like they just have shit weather now. So we're like, fuck it, we're gonna do it in LA. And then it became the smaller wedding because we found out we were pregnant. It kept kind of like becoming a less of an event. And we totally underestimated just how vulnerable it makes you feel when you're really about to do something that I think in our minds that there's no turning back. Like we just don't really allow ourselves to have that option.
Yeah,
you know?
no, there's no turning back. It's forever.
Yeah.
And that's why I did appreciate the nerves, because if you weren't thinking forever and it wasn't that big of a deal to you, there are some people that are like, just get married and get divorced. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
For me, it was just, it's so stupid. The dinner thing just hit me in a way where I was like, she doesn't love me as much as I love her. And like when that thought creeps in my head, it's just like poisonous. Because you do love me. And it is it's just dinner, man. Sometimes people don't feel good. But like, I think it's the little kid in you, or like whatever. It's the fucking shitty part of me that just gets scared sometimes. I'm like, oh, does she care about me like I care about her? But the fact is, like, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
just do.
letting go, no holding back. Yeah.
But that's
When
what
you
we all do
wonder.
in
There we go.
relationships. It's funny how we do that to ourselves.
Yeah.
We're like, I almost burned this whole shit down because I felt like you didn't
1000%.
like me as much as I like you. That's it. That's so childish.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my mom. I was in her room. We got in a fight the morning when we woke up because we didn't talk at night, which we should have. We should have just talked and like had a little sex and it would have been fine. But we didn't, and we woke up and we fought more. And then I went to my mom's room and she was just like, don't self-sabotage because you're stubborn. And I was like, damn, son.
And
I was
she
like, that's
canceled
really...
the wedding when she went to her mom's.
I was like,
I got a text in the morning and said it's off. Yeah. And then I was like, damn, I'm just gonna go to Pilates and then work this out.
This man.
I went to Pilates. Halfway through my Pilates class, my phone just starts lighting up. I was like, all right, either something really bad happened or it's back on. But I was like, I'm gonna just finish this reformer real quick.
Wait, Julius, you have to zoom.
Figure it out once this class is over.
Yes, this was the moment that everybody knew it was going down. Yeah.
7 a.m. She called the wedding off. Yeah. And I was laying on my back flat. I was just like, oh my God. I actually pushed this woman too far. And I don't think I'll come back from this. And I texted you and Raph because I was just like, guys, I need help.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what just happened. And Raph's like, what happened? I was like, the wedding's off. He goes, bro, are you serious? I go, yeah. He goes, all right, I'm going to come to your room.
Yeah. I was texting you and you told me the wedding was off. And I was like, what? Are you okay? And he was like, nah, she left. And I was like, she left? Oh, fuck, that's real. You want company. So me and Raph meet in the hallway, hoodies up, and just go to the room. And he recounts the whole thing to us in a very strangely calm scenario, wearing the John Cusack trench coat. Great. And so he's going through this. And again, Christina does her thing where she like gives us all 30 minutes to be dummies and then comes in. She's like, I got my tampons now. I'm ready for action. We're ready. Let's go. Strapped up. And so she comes in and Eddie retells the story. And then we get to the point where she's like, we're all like, there was a storm. The trees are down. There's no power. How did she leave? Like, did she get a car service? What happened? And Eddie goes, she's in her mom's room. And me and Christina went, the bitch ain't gone. She didn't leave. This wedding is not off. What are you doing? She's down the hall.
When Eddie texted me, I was like, I'm so sorry. Let's go to Vegas. And then like 2 minutes later, I'm like, but whose car did she take?
Right.
I was like, did she take your car? And he didn't respond. I was like, all right, Pilates time.
Right.
I was like, I don't think this is the end of the story.
My brain just stopped. I was like, it was like reverberating. It was like I had a lobotomy. That's why I was so calm. I was just like,
yeah. Don't worry, you couldn't use your brain. Evan was working on his pelvic floor. It was a lot of things happening.
Listen, man, I ran my whole life like fucking Robert De Niro in Heat, being like, don't care enough about anybody that you can't leave in like 90 seconds. And this time I got caught up, and I was just like, oh no. I like have to be with this person.
Mm-hmm. Got me doing things I never do.
I was fucked up. I couldn't think. I was fucking totally frozen and fucked
Just walked out of the room, and then the elevator was right here, and I went up one floor, and I went to my mom's room, and she was like, She was like, what's going on? And I was like, open the door. And I was like, I got on room service, ordered some bacon. She gave her speech, and then I was like, I feel like this is dramatic. Like, I don't think that this is what needs to happen. And I literally texted Eddie, and I remember I was just like, honestly, like, I'll marry you if you just admit when you're fucking wrong. I was like, you just have to promise that you're gonna admit 5% when you're wrong.
This is the real vows.
Yes.
I admitted it.
This was the real vibe. I was just like,
R. Kelly, I admit it. I
just a
did it.
little.
God.
I was like, just give me a little bit.
That's
that would have been a
OJ.
good
That's
vows.
OJ.
In the words of R. Kelly, I admit it, I did it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was a fire track that he released.
I admit it, I
It was
did it.
insane.
Yeah, so then we went and get breakfast. And it was
Yeah.
on and popping.
Yeah, and then it was good.
Yeah, breakfast
Then it
was
was a
fun.
beautiful
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
Then it was chill. The rest of the day was like really
Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I know you were pregnant for the wedding and there weren't certain things that you wanted, but to me, I felt like it was a beautiful wedding. Like, love was tested and it won, and like, it actually was every single one of our family members and friends. Like, we needed them to make this happen.
Yeah.
This
Like this
motherfucker
thing.
needs
Yeah.
a movie plot. It
yeah,
can't never
no, it
just
was-
be we're gonna just do it normal.
No.
It's
It-
like
it was
no,
never
I need
gonna be
I need
that.
a conflict. We need essential tension.
Yeah.
You know, we need a denouement. We need all of this. We need
Some
3
little
acts.
dude, where's
It
my
follows
car?
Yeah.
a novel. Yeah.
Dude, where's my wife?
Yeah. If it had gone smoothly, it would have been weird.
Yeah.
It would have been weird
It
if
would have been
nothing
whack.
happened.
Yeah,
it would have been
It would have been
whack.
whack.
Yeah.
And it would have been weird, and we would have been like, what?
I guess.
Like,
Yo,
nobody.
the gods knew the plot too.
Dang.
They
Yeah.
got the plot for the season because that morning at 7, it was thunderstorm. It
Yeah.
was horrible, black
There
sky.
was trains like coming
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
and,
The power
like,
went out.
And then like 8 p.m. By breakfast time, beautiful sunlight.
Yeah.
Everything was okay again. Wedding's back on.
Yeah.
The courthouse looked amazing.
We got more
Yeah.
out of
Yeah, it was
We got the
really-
fucking mural room with the Native Americans
Yeah.
in it.
We got the colonizer
true.
room at the Santa Barbara
Dude,
courthouse.
Santa Barbara courthouse has some wild murals about
Yeah.
colonization.
They were like,
Correct.
these
Yeah.
guys used to be Redskins fans, give them that room.
Right.
Yeah.
It should be just called the Manifest Destiny Room. It's like we
Yes.
obliterated everything to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theme of
It
the
was
wedding.
crazy. I was like, I
Pretty
think
much.
they might have painted
Burn
a
it
coolie
down.
on the wall.
Oh my god.
What did you just
I was
say?
like, I think they might have painted a coolie on the wall.
I think
was
so,
like,
I think
it was
so,
like,
yes.
like California frontiersman shit. I
It
like,
was.
I believe that is a
God.
coolie.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Why
gonna
does it
say,
sound
like
like
we
you
don't
should
have
be
the
saying it
representation
out loud?
there. We like
That's
We're not
true.
up in
There
there.
should have been something.
Yeah, there should have been
Yeah,
something.
there was a
We
lot
need a
of like,
Chinaman
this
wall.
is the most intelligent strand of Native Americans.
yeah, they're
"Ooh."
like these Native Americans from Santa Barbara were the most enlightened of all Native Americans
like,
we've come
"Eesh."
across.
They
Like,
had
that
that
was,
wall.
that was
Yeah.
the panel of the room.
That's
It was
a wild
super
claim.
wild.
I got a
That's
photo.
a wild
I got a
claim.
photo.
Oh, but you do have to show them the photo of the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So me and Paula were in the rain at the valet. Paula was down there trying to find a lighter to smoke cigarettes, and she was so
Yeah.
stressed. She had a hood on, jacket tight. She's like, Eddie, I don't know what's going on. I did my best. You can't blame me. I did my best. I need a cigarette.
Paula
And
had
then
quit cigarettes, right?
Yeah. She quit smoking like
MVP.
months ago.
She picked up smoking again for this wedding.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we both see our phones ring and we look down and we looked at each other and go, the wedding's back on.
Yeah.
Wait, this is the exact moment.
Who took this? You took
Who
this?
took
photo?
this
Yeah,
photo?
'cause I was like,
This
I
is
got
the
look at
best
these
photo.
faces. Look at these faces.
Well, my mom turns to me before she's like, "Do you have a lighter and like some cigarettes?" And I was like, "I'm pregnant."
You never know.
It was the funniest Hollywood shit. This is like when it's like, your show's greenlit.
They're like, "It's on, it's on, it's on." And then I was like, when my mom walked out of the room, I was like 2 pieces deep of my bacon now, and I was feeling again. I was
Replenished.
coming down. I was like, "Oh, yeah." And we were texting, and I was like, "Just admit you're wrong," and he did, and I was like, "All right, it's back on." That's all
See how
good.
simple?
That's
Admit
all
it.
I needed. That's all I needed.
Right. Did it.
And I was like, I'm being crazy.
Right.
I don't need to be crazy.
Paula Willis
You don't need to be
Reed this.
crazy.
She was Willis Reed of the whole event. She just
Yeah.
came out the
Yeah.
tunnel like, I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, man, if you love someone, it's not worth fighting with them.
Yeah, just get over. You're gonna get over it. Just don't be stubborn.
Juno's giving me the look.
Just
Wow.
don't be stubborn.
Wow.
No, it's true
What's
though.
the sentence again?
Which sentence?
When you win in a
Oh, when you win an argument, your relationship loses.
Yes.
That's it.
I like
Win an
that.
argument, your relationship.
If you
I
love
like that.
someone, don't try to win an argument with them.
We should get that. We should get that painted right
Are
there.
you sure? Like are you sure?
Like live,
that
laugh, love vibes. When you win an argument, you lose in your relationship.
I'm gonna have to talk about that with my therapist.
I like hitting people with. I was like, you want to win this argument and be alone?
Ooh.
That's what I hit him with. I go, you want to be right and alone, or you want to be wrong and together?
That stings.
As Pusha says, leave and go where? Back to wearing knockoffs? Haha, knock it off. That's so mean. It's so cruel.
Yes.
But it's very accurate.
It's accurate. That is a
Leave and
life
go
lesson. That's philosophy.
Bars.
Oh my God. Yeah, y'all don't want to be out in these streets. You do not. You do not have the appetite for these streets no more. You're not lean and hungry, moving out here efficiently. It's a mess.
Even salmon's got chlamydia these days.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't, by the way.
You gotta die.
Results came back negative.
I don't
Nice.
either.
Thank God we
Nice.
have Tenactin.
Yeah. He sprayed
Oh my God.
He sprayed my shit down, and it went away.
But nah, for real, I couldn't be with nobody else. Like,
Same.
I couldn't. And it's just like, only reason we fight like this is because we care.
Yeah.
Because it fucking matters.
It's also our love language, I think. We both are like, I'm gonna fucking push you and make. I want to see how far. I want to know if you
Evan, we're
stay.
never doing this again.
Making beef Wellingtons is our love
one
language.
shot.
We're never trying to get this
Y'all
man
already
back
cashed-
to another altar.
y'all already
Bitch,
cashed
this
in
your
the
one.
coupon.
This your one.
This is it.
Yup. Should we
Make
go
it
to,
work.
Should we go to? No. And then after that, then we had the wedding.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was very storybook. Like
Yeah.
you had a great. I loved the dress. We could see the dragon tattoo.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
And I had no idea what the
Yeah.
dress was gonna be like.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
And then it was Elena. Thank you. The officiant.
You were the best
was
officiant
fire.
Thank
of
you.
all time.
Appreciate it.
It was the most
I put a
beautiful
lot of thought
speech.
into those words, so I hope that you
Yeah.
take them to heart. It's like Catholicism light, like without all the Old Testament craziness.
What was
And I
the
like, let me get you
denomination
that.
on the certificate again?
Shout out to the Church of Spiritual Humanism
Spiritual
in Jenkintown, PA, for licensing your girl.
But honestly, I can't imagine having a wedding with like one more.
No.
My brother Emery. That's
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
More people that I didn't feel comfortable being this whack around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
Dude,
it
I would
wouldn't
have
have
lost my
worked.
mind. I was like, this is the group of people that needed
Yeah.
to witness
I
this whackness.
I don't think you would have been able to apologize if you had a bigger group.
No.
Because then you'd have been like
It's
trying to
way
save
too many
face or
people.
something. You'd
Yeah.
have been like, no. So I think like not having that pressure of having like all these people really
And-
helped.
Yeah.
And, I got a lot of good friends, but like they're the types of friends that if they came, I would have been apologetic to them.
Right, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something about you and Raph and
You know we
Christina
gonna show up.
and my
It's family. It's
y'all are
family.
like beat up shoes to me. Like y'all already seen the worst.
God damn.
No, I think
y'all
it's-
already seen the worst.
I think it's just that, yeah.
I'm not trying to be offensive.
I'm spanking.
I just wouldn't use those words.
Elena, where it's like we played playoff games together.
Yeah, like crease
Correct.
out dirty air
Correct.
Correct.
These are like
We've
David
seen a
Lavin's
lot.
field boots from Wong's World.
Yes, we've seen a lot.
Like, we've seen a lot. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
There's no level of whackness of me you have not seen.
Yeah, it's like showing somebody all your old pee stains from like your childhood mattress. You're like, I used to wet the
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
And they just know it.
Yeah.
Because I got good friends like Omid or Ray that like I met in my like mid to late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't see the whack person I was when I was 27. Like Elena and Ralph's seen the
God.
whack person I was since I was 22.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
Rap
bro,
has
he
seen
knows.
a
Yeah.
lot.
This
Yeah,
is better.
you were carrying rice in Dime Square. I was like, who is this man? What is happening? It's fine.
Yeah. I think it happened exactly the way that it was
had
meant
to.
to. Even your speech, I was like, this just does, it's so perfect for what transpired in the last 24 hours. Like it was like, it truly, you were like predicting some
Thank
shit
you.
was gonna go right almost, like you knew.
Raph and Christina asked me after the wedding was back on, they asked me at breakfast, they were like, maybe you want to work some of this in. I was like, no. It was written. This was all in there before. Because, like, y'all both spicy, which is a good thing. I think that's part of the reason, like, why you're able to respect each other as mutuals. Because, like, neither one of you could be with somebody who was always like, okay, you're right. So, like, yes to the tagline of winning, but, like, you know, you gonna throw one out there just to keep them honest. It's like, don't forget I have this hook. Okay? I can use it. I'm choosing not to.
Yeah.
So I think that's just the thing. Like, you just have to know okay, the fighting is just gonna be part of it. Just don't make it so crazy you can't come back from it.
Yeah.
Like, just make sure everybody knows where the invisible fence is. You're like,
we're the person
don't do that.
the other one deserves.
Yeah.
And also the only other person that is like got the kung fu
Yeah.
to keep the other person sane.
Correct.
We like the mental gymnastics the other person provides.
Because not to be corny, you genuinely make me a better person.
Yeah,
'Cause
same.
I gotta be on my toes. Like, I can't be whack around you. I know there is going to be punishment. You know, like I gotta be on my shit. I feel like I'm that way with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, we make each other better. It's ill.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love it.
Movement by yourself.
It
Force
has to
when
be
you're
you.
together. Shout out to Neo and Fab. Didn't Omid use that for his?
Greg
did.
used Fab and Neo in his vows, and it was fire. He said, "You plus me, that's better math."
Ooh,
It
that's a
wasn't
good
more
one.
fire than using Cam in your vows.
No,
I got some bad in there.
Ain't nobody said that. Nobody said that. Also,
Thank
no
you.
disrespect to nobody else. So I don't know
Facts.
why you're trying to get into an argument here.
Oh, so now, see, this is payback for the snitch comment. This is what
No, I'm
this
just
is. You
saying,
trying to come at
you're
me.
about to get us in a shootout with Greg.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, Greg.
I don't-
Your wedding was probably good.
Now
I'm
we
just
see
saying
why
that.
these two people are friends.
Yeah, it was like, how you expect me not to have no ego about the shit I wrote?
Your
Like,
shit
what?
was amazing. That was the
I thought it
best.
was amazing. I
was
still
amazing.
stand with it's the best.
Thank you.
I think
And
it was the best.
everyone else,
Tell 'em
See,
why.
I think it was the
second. They
best.
may have
Without
been really
mentioning
good.
anyone else's vows, the best.
She
just-
gets my need for validation. Do
I'm
you
just
not
gonna
see
say,
this?
Cam,
Just tell me what I want to
Neo,
hear. Damn.
That's life. We don't make the rules. That's just a
Boom.
fact. I didn't make the rules. That's no shade and no hate.
It's
good.
true. It's true.
Is there an award for vows? Can I submit?
There should be. I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna submit you.
Thank
Because
you.
we have a video.
We could do screener vows.
Mm-hmm.
Be
I
like,
don't.
ooh.
I would like to say I don't think anyone's ever given better vows sober or on Adderall. You have two things where you took like public speaking and we're like, I'm gonna do
You
numbers.
really were stripped. This was sound.
1,000%. Like,
it wasn't that bad.
I'm very no. You could hear it because I was holding Natasha's bouquet right then,
Oh.
and I had no podium or anything, so I just have like hotel paper and like orchids, and I'm like, I'm gonna shake through
We
this.
gotta
It's
cut this
fine.
footage in because you do have this footage, Julius. You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
footage.
It's
You gotta
like,
cut this stuff in.
But this is the thing, because I will do public speaking and be totally fine about it. Like, I have my own things to get through it, for work, for whatever else, and it's good. The problem is, if I actually care, I am a hot mess. And there's nothing that I can do to, like, outwit it. You know what I mean? Like, all your public speaking tricks, they do not work on me.
You get hit.
Yeah, I did for my brother's wedding. They asked me to do a reading because we had like a Catholic mass, and so I had done the reading before. Like, I practiced it, whatever, and like I'm doing it at mass, and like I make the mistake of looking up at them because like if they're facing the altar, everybody can't see their faces and like what they look like, and you just look up and they're so happy. Also, everybody looks the best they've ever looked in their life because they're all like cleaned up. It's like you're just glowing and like excited. And the minute I did that, it was like, yeah, and now I got like, I looked cute. Now I got to walk off the altar with my like weird Kleenex situation. But it was real. It was a real moment.
Yeah.
So
I think even
not
if
having
you-
the tears is a major accomplishment.
Well, I was proud of us because I looked at you and I just, like, do not cry in public, like, under any, like, you could be like, tell me the worst shit, and I'm like, okay. And I go home and I make sure I'm alone, like, in a corner, in a closet, like, literally, I'll cry, like, how an animal goes to die. That's how I cry. I'm like, no one's seeing this shit. He sees me cry, that's it. I'm like, don't fucking tell anyone, I'll kill you.
Right.
And then
They gonna think I'm a weak bitch.
I
You
saw
gonna think I'm a weak bitch. I don't want you out here saying that.
And you were shaking, and then I was like, oh, like, I don't know if I can hold it in now. And then I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I don't want to look at him now because I'm going to cry. And I'm like trying to not look at either of you. And I was like, if I look at either of you, I'm going to start crying. And you don't realize like how much emotion starts hitting you when you're up there and you start hearing the words and you're like, and I was like, I'm not looking that way because then I'm definitely going to cry.
Where
I knew
were you
for
looking?
sure.
You just looked at your shoe?
I was looking at the fucking murals.
Yo, seriously, she was. 'Cause I was on the side trying to get angles of both people's faces, and Natasha had her hair down.
I was like this.
She had her hair down, and I was like, damn, I can't get the eyes.
I knew if I looked back and I saw I saw anyone like welling. If I saw a parent welling
Yeah.
up, it was gonna be a wrap.
Wrap
And I was
city.
like, I gotta keep it together.
I just stared at you with the Chinaman smile going,
Yeah, he did.
I just held it there because I was like, my head felt like it had lifted off my body.
Oh my gosh.
I was just like,
I cannot wait to see
flooded.
this footage.
I can't
Crazy.
wait to see. But I can't wait to see the behind the scenes like cameo style, like confessional style videos.
Oh yes, those are funny.
This is good.
Of
And dude,
everyone.
after the wedding, it wasn't like, yeah! Like we were all excited.
Yeah.
We were all so warm and so happy. But it was like 10 people from the Deer Hunter. Like, Vietnam was so...
Bruh, I did not expect that we would all be in bed by like 9:30 that night. We did it, and everybody was like, all right,
We were
good
done.
night.
Yeah.
My
were
boy
done.
was like, Eli, he was like, was there any dancing? Was there any like drink? I was like, nah, we just were happy we got
There
through
was
it.
teams
played hard.
Teams play hard.
We left it out loud on the field, man.
Yeah.
This
That
is
was
like
it.
that Jets Patriots game where it was like the score was like 9-3 because like Zach Wilson just couldn't do it. He was like, it ended.
But it was an incredible game.
Incredible defensive
So much
stance.
defense, so much spite.
Yeah. There was a lot.
After you
But
guys
that's our
kissed,
wedding
I
day.
threw in a woo, and I thought everybody else, all the other like 8 people would join me, and nobody did.
You were like,
I heard a single.
and then it just died.
Yeah,
The slow clap that
that's
didn't
because
pick
then
up.
after we were like, oh, no one has a pin for the license. So it's like, no, I'm going to find a pin. We're going to seal this shit right now.
Also, every other wedding ever, they're like, we'll send it in the next day. We were like, sign it now.
Sign it now. Sign it
Sign it
today.
now. We're like texting our guy. We're like, when? We'll send it right now. He's like, it's okay. You can send it like tomorrow, the next day. You don't need to find a mailbox.
It's like, file this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run this shit right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
man.
What a time.
Amazing
It was
wedding.
great.
Yeah.
I mean,
great.
honestly,
It was great.
it was great.
So happy
Yeah.
for you
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
I got a new side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you got a future.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You have a
saying.
future in doing
If
weddings.
If you have any wedding needs, I got the Issey Miyake for it. Okay, so wherever you want, let's go.
You guys are just ghostwrite vows for like anyone ever.
Secretly,
you should be
I have
ghostwriting.
edited people's vows.
Okay, amazing.
My friend Naz and Josh were getting married, and Naz was like, "Why don't you just look these over for me?" And I had to redline. I'm sorry, I love Naz and Josh. They're great. They're a wonderful couple.
There you go. There you
but
go,
Naz, you know, we're all a strong group of women that lean on each other for friendship, and a lot of her vows were about her strength and her magic as a woman. And I was like, this man is about to tell you his whole heart and how much he loves and adores you. And you're going to come back with, yeah, I am that bitch. It is hard for me to stop being that bitch to get married. I'm paraphrasing. Those were not her words. But I was like, you just want to tone that down. Just be like,
You're a good friend,
I
because I
love
would have
you.
been like, roll with that.
I would have been like, that's a good
I'm
one.
gonna
Yeah.
turn
I was
this
like, I like that. I like that.
We need to get you
Heat it-
2 mics for
Heat
that.
it up.
Yeah.
Heat it up.
I was like, let's escalate. Let's escalate.
See?
You know, I would have been
Yeah,
like,
we know.
say that part twice.
We know.
See what happens.
No, but people have blind spots with speeches at weddings,
Yeah.
you know? You, like, we've been to a couple weddings where we were like, that was interesting. That was an interesting thing
It's
to
a
say.
choice. It's a
I'm
choice.
like, maybe you didn't cancel your wedding day of. Maybe you should have. You know what I mean? I'm like, I heard what
If
I
you were
needed
gonna
to
say
hear.
that, you
I
should
heard
have
what
shut
I
it
needed to
down.
hear. I'm like, all right, we got it.
Wow.
You know?
You gotta keep it
I've
short,
seen
keep
a
it
family
tight.
member tell the groom that his daughter married down to him in the father of the bride speech. I said, damn. I said, damn.
Yeah, what
As
happens
a
the
woman,
next
when you
day?
hear that, though, you're kind of like, shit. You know what I mean? You're like, oh,
That's when I knew my family was
Like,
fucked.
Yeah, that's kind of wild, Sal.
That was wild.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you go to like that dad's house again, and you're like, yeah, I'm here. Remember me?
That's with like hella people at the event. Hella people
That's a big
in
wedding.
attendance.
Also, what are you setting your daughter up for?
I know. And pray for them. Whew.
Right.
Yeah,
Put it up in there.
it's all good.
Might want for them.
Yeah,
all good.
keep that out of this house though.
Should we do listener questions? Or did we miss anything else about Wedding Gate, Frygate?
Oh, Frygate.
Sculptures.
Yeah, no, we're gonna make a sculpture
We're
of the
gonna
fries.
we're gonna plasticize the fries and memorialize.
Should I
them.
show a photo of the fries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should show them.
We have a
fries.
photo. Evan
These
posted a
were
photo of the fries.
that started the comeback.
If anybody knows a good shop to where we can get this done,
These were the
let us
fries.
know.
And I would just say the kitchen was closed when they made these fries. They put their whole ass into the fries. Like
Nice.
they were seasoned nice. They were
She tasted
crispy.
pussy in these
They
fries.
gave me tartar sauce, ketchup,
All
honey
the
mustard.
sauces.
They didn't leave a fucking sauce.
Because I think they heard that the server definitely heard
Yeah.
a wedding fall apart in his dining
Because
room.
when I stormed out, I was like, cancel the fries.
oh shit.
I was like, turn off the fryer, cancel the fries.
oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think these are fries that were like, please don't have them come back and try and return anything. Ask for a new sauce. Make them perfect so that they just take them and leave.
They were like, fuck these people, get them out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to just note, these are wedding fries. If you ever, like wedding chicken, you make your man like wedding chicken or engagement chicken. Make your girl fries. Make her the best fries she's ever had in her life. She might at first not know, but she's gonna come around. She will say yes.
I fucked up. I didn't even order the fries. It was my brother and my mother-in-law saved my ass by getting her fries.
You weren't even gonna touch those fries. She was like, I'm not bringing her
He would have
that.
left them.
fries.
If they
She
had
should've
asked
taken
him to
dinner.
carry the fries out of the restaurant, he would have left them there. He also
would've
probably
picked
would have
up.
thrown them out of a window
Hot
in the
mess.
car if he left with them.
So what are the?
You know what's funny though? This is a great episode because I think anyone who's ever worked with me on like Huang's Road or anything is like, I fuck with Natasha.
It's like, get back.
He is like this everywhere. But you know, I'm changing. I'm a changed man.
I like it.
Look at the range, man.
Yup.
Dang, that was in the vows. Get
Yup,
it.
exactly.
What are the
I will
reader
not
questions?
be making this mistake. I will not be making the same mistake.
Good.
Oh, we have some good questions about the wedding.
These questions.
Yeah, I'm curious about like what people.
Yeah, what
that know
people
them are
wanna
like,
know.
What?
Someone said, "Does your mom approve of wifey?" It was very surprising. She has never talked shit about Natasha.
Nope.
100% approval rate.
Real,
It
recognize
is
real.
crazy.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's
I know your
crazy.
mom probably.
That's unprecedented.
I love that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not gonna come.
No, but I like that we started off
just be
without
later.
it.
But up until this point, it has not shown its face.
We established that every one of us has one thing in common. Everyone at that wedding has one thing in common. We love talking shit. It's a sport to me. That's
Man,
my Super
y'all
Bowl.
were taking photos and we were talking shit about the other couple that had just got married.
Because that was foul.
It was raining and she had on like a fine or whatever dress or whatever, but like she's moving around in like these black wedges.
They were gladiator wedges.
DSW.
I've never seen. It was a Jesus
I've
wedge.
seen him at
Come
DSW.
on.
I've seen him.
And I know that foot was hot and
wasn't
sliding
fly.
around in there. I was like, ooh.
And
It was getting wet.
their photographer, I think, was a friend, but he literally looked like A-Track with the bleach blonde, the peroxide.
Yeah, so we're feeling all the love in the air and
It's
like
crazy.
watching them look good together on this beautiful, like lush backyard at the city hall and just being like, look at this shit. What are they doing? It's crazy.
You're cheapening the vibe.
Yeah.
Please
We do
go.
best.
Nobody's not gonna talk
Oh,
shit.
somebody said, "Who's cleaner?"
Perry Kicks on Instagram asked us, "Who's cleaner?" What do you think?
I think it depends what you mean by cleaner. I'm definitely more organized and like tidy,
Yeah.
and I think
I shower more.
you shower more, and it's IBS related. But I
Yes.
would say,
I have to shower every time I shit because it's not cool.
we're
wet
both
wipes
kind of like anal
I
about
respect it.
hygiene.
Sometimes
Yes.
they
Think
just
we're
stir
both-
things up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
We're
think
both-
we're both.
but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're both pretty clean people.
What's another question? Thank you, Perry Kicks.
Oh, where's the honeymoon / baby moon gonna take place? We wanted to honeymoon in Taiwan. That's the goal,
That was the
and that
dream.
is still. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna do a delayed honeymoon because
Just
I'm
have a
pregnant.
pending court case got to resolve. Somebody,
I forgot they're not gonna
somebody
let you
hit
in.
me
Oh my
in the
God.
fist with his face, and so I'm just trying to.
It was
This is
Figure
not
that
the get
out.
indicted hotline. Do not.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have
So,
some other good
we have
ones.
some other good questions.
Let's see. Somebody asked something really interesting that I loved. It was IBS related as well.
Oh, this one was good. This one was good here. Caitlin Jackson asked, Fuck, marry, kill, George Bush, Tim Robinson, Guy Fieri.
Ooh.
I'm going fuck Guy Fieri. He's got a fat ass. Marry Tim Robinson, kill George Bush.
No, I'm going fuck Guy Fieri, marry George Bush.
Ooh, what?
And kill Tim Robinson.
You love Tim Robinson.
Here's the thing, I love Tim Robinson, but George Bush is my favorite painter.
He's so talented.
And I could
He's
see
so
a life
talented.
painting on the ranch
What
with George
he does
Bush.
with cattle and
Yo,
dogs.
and imagine what
Yeah.
like you be in bed and he hit you with some Bushisms.
Some bullshit. Also, I would now know all the secrets of 9/11.
1000%.
They didn't tell him.
He knows, I think.
They didn't tell
I don't
him.
think they're secret.
Well, I think he
Dick
knows.
Cheney. Dick Cheney was just like, yeah, say this, sign that.
yeah,
all right,
like I
we're
don't
doing
think
it.
it's secrets.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah.
They did not tell Bush shit.
All right, Elena, fuck, marry, kill, George Bush, Tim Robinson, Guy Fieri.
I can't believe neither one of you said you would marry Guy Fieri, especially given the role he has played in your relationship.
I think Tim Robinson's hilarious. I would marry Tim Robinson in a heartbeat if I wasn't with Natasha.
No, I like to fuck a funny man, so I'll do that.
Yeah,
and
so
then kill
fuck
George
Tim.
W. Bush.
Yeah.
Obviously, he don't care about black people.
He doesn't.
Shout out to Kanye. Yes.
Yeah.
I would. I'm just gonna switch it up. I'll fuck George Bush.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Right? In the studio, with some good natural
You want
lighting.
that
Yeah.
crusty...
He could paint you first, like one of his friends.
Yeah. Like I could go nude model, he could paint me and it could be a little
Like one of
wow.
your
Yes.
French girls.
And he would give you the painting as, you know, a memory.
exactly, and I could auction that shit.
Yeah, you can make some money off this fuck.
Marry Guy Fieri. He's got a
Okay.
good car collection.
Yeah.
And I don't know Tim Robinson. I've heard his podcast. He's hilarious, but I don't know him.
He doesn't
like
have a
that.
podcast.
No, he has a show on
That is
Netflix.
a very LA line to say though. Like I've heard his podcast.
You're
but I don't
thinking
really
Tim
know why.
Dillon. You're thinking Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon changes everything for me, but Tim Robinson is very funny. He has the most hilarious show I've ever seen on my life on Netflix. If you haven't seen it,
We're killing him
we're
because I don't
watching
know
it.
who he is.
Yeah,
I
so
like
you're
that.
like, oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would like touch George Bush in the dark. Like your hand
I
is
just
gonna
wanted to
be
be a
in
little
something
spicy.
not good.
I just wanted to like, you try new things every
It's
once in
like
a while.
Okay, the
fucking
next-
dried pudding. I don't know.
Next question.
Weird.
Julian...
Put some paint down.
We got Julian
Acrylic.
F. We have Julian F. Patain. Most creative places you've gone to the bathroom when IBS flares up. How about you?
I'm usually like, I'll find a way to get home.
Yep.
Starting in high school, if I needed to shit in high school, I'd text my mom and I'd say, call them right now and tell them I'm leaving. And I would literally,
I'm not doing this
I was
at school.
out.
It's
I was like, I'm
nasty.
shitting at home my whole life. I have had like insane diarrhea in the movie theater bathroom because you get snacks and you get like an icy and that shit does not sit
cold.
well.
It's the cold.
But also I feel
Cold and whatever
safe.
syrup.
I feel safe in a movie theater bathroom to do that. So that's not like crazy for me. I don't know. I almost shit my pants one time, but that was like
I feel like
in
you're
a car
leaving something
going
out.
home.
I feel like you're leaving something out.
I feel like
There's a pretty
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
The time that I was sick, it was Eddie and I had just started dating. He had come to New York and all these places to hang out with me. I'd never come to LA to hang out with him. First time I'm in LA hanging out with him. And I'm sick and we'll get into this another time. I was inches
from death.
I was inches from death. Like that's how fucking
There
sick
was
I
a
was.
near-death experience.
But I was on the bed and I couldn't make it to the bathroom. So I slid my body off of the bed like how Leonardo DiCaprio slides out of the car in Wolf of Wall Street. And I get on the floor and I look around and I'm like, I'm either gonna take this shit raw on the floor, and then there was some pajama pants right here, and there was a trash barrel. I couldn't get to it. And I was just.
What kind of pajama pants?
They were Redskins pajama. Eddie's favorite Redskins pajama pants. I grabbed them, I slide them under my ass, and I took the fattest shit I've ever taken. Like liquidy shit. And my phone was dead. Couldn't get to the charger to charge my phone to tell him. So I'm just Eddie. He thinks I just have food poisoning, so he's like, you're fucking crazy. He's like, who the fuck is this crazy bitch in my house? Like, I don't know if I fuck with you like that.
There was 2 phases to this because I came down and you're like, Eddie, I pooped on the floor. And I was like, what? Like, what? And in my head, I was just like, well, why did she just poop on the floor? Like, I've had food poisoning. I didn't poop on the fucking floor. And then I turn and I look, and there's just like a little Hershey kiss. And I was like, fine. It's a little, we're going to talk about this later and be like, why,
You know
how,
how Eddie
when,
always
where,
has a tissue
whatever.
on him? He just like takes a tissue out of his pocket. He picks it up. He's like, no big deal. He's like, no big deal.
Just wipe
And I was
it,
like,
pick a little
no.
Hershey kiss up, and I turn, and I just see a pile of human shit on his pants. Like, I go, what are you doing? And she's like, I told you I shit on the floor. I was like, why did you shit in the pants? It was better than being on the floor. And I just threw the tissue with the Hershey kiss into the pants and rolled it up like fucking sticky rice in a lotus leaf and went to the trash.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was the most creative place you've taken a shit.
Yeah, in the Redskins pants. And I would like to say that for a year and a half, I've been looking to replace the Redskins pants. And finally, this year for his birthday, I found a pair of large men's Redskin pants on eBay because they're all like youth smalls, and they literally burned every piece of merch that was Redskins because they were like, we don't want any fucking
it's like
affiliation
a whole
with this
name.
racist.
They're trying to like scrub all of it from the internet.
Yeah, and I'm the one person. I'm like asking vintage dealers. I'm like, do you have any like Redskins merch? And they're like, no, babe. Like, can you stop calling?
And for the record, I would prefer the Washington football team merch,
Yes.
but we're not
Yes.
the Washington football team. The Commanders,
It's a
much
lot.
better, not racist name, but terrible. Like
Terrible
the
team
Commanders
name.
gear is just terrible.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's
And this was a gift.
sentimental
I
for
didn't
you.
ask for it. Just
Yeah.
for the viewers, because viewers be trying to, get upset. I'm just letting the viewers know I did not request it, but she knew it was sentimental.
You know what? I'll say something. I know when I'm wrong, and I know when to make it right.
Oh.
So I made it right. I took a shit in your pants and I replaced them.
The Fanatic sponsorship is also welcome. There you go.
Yes.
Yes, depends. Potentially for next time. Like he thought until I went to the hospital and they were like, say your goodbyes. We don't know if she's gonna make it. He was like, you're being like, I could hear him like under his breath, like getting mad at me for being sick. Cause I think he thought it was like not that big of a deal, which obviously we didn't know. But I was like, exactly.
So we
I
have
was like
time.
almost like happy laying there. I was like, I fucking told you I was sick.
Yeah, she was sick. She was sick. It wasn't that I didn't believe you. We thought it was food poisoning.
I know. I just like to give you a hard time.
Yeah, we'll tell that story one day. That's an episode.
Do you want to look on yours? Because you have so many.
Oh, but yours are pretty good here. All right, let's do one more. We do one more. Fave mental feature about each other could be good. Favorite dishes. We got favorite dishes.
Yeah, my favorite dishes. Oh, is Killa or Chow the
this is a
family
good one.
fave?
All right. Is Killa or Chow the family favorite? Evan, you're part of the family. Who's your favorite?
Yeah, who do you like?
Mr. Chow's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Killa's affection is on a different level. I think it's very difficult to say. I would say it was pretty hilarious seeing Mr. Chow struggle on the mountain. Like the guy's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
He's mean. He can attack. He's trained for that, but he's also goofy as shit.
really goofy.
He is goofy.
Yeah. I mean, love Killa, but if I have to vote, I'm going Mr. Chow.
Oh, and so this, Elena, it's like a choice between the hyper unwell dog that loves you so hard, or the really good obedient dog that's a little clumsy and just like missing
You
a bit
already
of a nerve.
know. Yeah, you already know.
You're going hyper.
Yeah.
You're going Killa.
Yeah.
Duh.
Babe, what do you think?
The answer, it's difficult, but if I wanted a nice life, like calm, no issues, Chow. But I don't think I want that. I love Killa. I love the mess that she brings. She's just, because she's so affectionate and so emotional and she's connected to you in a way that most dogs I don't think do. So I just by default,
She's
I
also
like
a better
this.
cuddler. My thing is, for my family and for her, I pick Chow. Because Chow will protect your family. He's a real worker.
He's always on the lookout.
Yes.
He's always
on alert. Like,
He's like
all the
working.
time. He will take care of your fam. But for me personally, like I love Chow, but he's just intimate. Like he's awkward with intimacy. He's a weird cuddler. He's like, he's always like doing goofy
And his
stuff.
squid comes out when he's trying to cuddle with you, and it's
He got this
jarring.
fucking
It's
crazy
jarring.
squid dick he's always fucking humping you with.
Yeah.
So it's just like, Killa is just like lovely but terrible.
Yes.
Chow is amazing, but it's a different connection.
Yeah.
He's awkward with intimacy. But
Here's what I'll say. Someone offered $50,000 for Mr. Chow. If anyone ups that,
because he's a fully trained champion guard dog.
I think
You
he's
gotta break up their household. They got like a.
We don't know
I'm
how
not
they
giving
feel
them up. I
though.
want
We
both
don't know how
dogs.
they feel
I want both
together
dogs.
though now because they were together and Mr. Chow was obsessed with Killa.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is my fucking girl," and he didn't care about us. Wherever she was, he was. Wherever we were, she was. She cares about us. She doesn't really care about. She doesn't really like him. She's like, "You're annoying.
Whatever.
I'm focused on getting to them, and you're fucking it up for me."
Yeah.
But then now they've been apart for almost 4 months.
We gotta see.
Since-
Guys, yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to say, this is an incredible episode.
I think our kebabs are here.
The
Done.
kebab.
Thank you.
Perfect timing.
It's kebab time.
We survived.
go.
We're married.
Let's go.
Thank you for coming on
We
this
did
journey
it.
with us.
We did.
There's a new Aries moon. This is the start of a whole new fucking cycle.
Yeah.
All new shit. You had to burn it down to come back. And like, yo, I'm stepping into another phase of my life. Watch this fucking. That's the step.
Stepping in.
Bang.